Alright folks, how are we doing? Circling up from the mosh pit, we're here to finally check out Igor's, I was going to say latest album. The latest one for me to check out on the list, what you guys suggested I check out. Nostril. Yeah, I'm excited. I've loved this stuff, and I love the fact that you guys have been supporting my reactions to them. We're going to keep it going. Let's go. A ball bouncing around, or... Clearly it's something in reverse, but sounds like something falling down a tube or a ball. Oh, it could be like a doom 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 doom, like a xylophone or something like that played in reverse. I don't know what that is. Is that a synth in the background? That's oh my gosh. There's so much going on right now. Oh. So maybe the doom 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 from before was like a like an octobon on the drums. Have you ever seen those long rectangular drums called octobons? There's like doom 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 doom. So maybe they did some reversing. Maybe they just reversed it. Or I said they reversed it. Anyway, man, there's a lot going on with the drums, and I love how the vocals is coming in too. Yeah, it sounds like he's on a pad of some kind with the... It doesn't sound like a normal drum, so it's probably a percussion pad of some kind. But then it sounds like he's either hitting the hi-hat or maybe a really high-tuned snare on top of that. So that's really good. Bro, frickin' stop. Stop. You're doing too much. I love it. Don't stop. But, I mean, for real, though, who just decides we're just going to throw in some frickin' hard bass dubstep as a refrain between our like oriental trap metal thing? What the fudge? I can't. That just, dude, that's everything I love in a genre like this. Dude. Dude! Okay. Okay, so I don't know how they do it in the studio, but it sounds like you can hear the guitar, and then they have the the oriental / octobon, whatever the heck it is, in the background, right? And then it sounds like just kind of a normal drum beat for Igor anyway. But it sounds like it's so processed that it sounds like if you were doing that thing where you basically program a bunch of pads to sound like EDM sounds. Because it sounds like it's all just hard bass / dubstep sounds. But you can hear that that's a drum beat, so that's so crazy how they do that, man. That's so crazy. If I ever see this band live, I'm gonna freaking cry. It'll be just killer. Oof. Oh, jeez, what the hell? Sorry, my music's been down. Okay, so we're back with the polka. And then there's the vocals, okay. Come on, man. Yeah, it really sounds like the it sounds like you're on toms or something, but they're doing something with it to make it sound like it's just EDM distortion. I don't know how that works. We're gonna be checking out their behind the scenes, how they made Himalayan something. What was it called? Himalayan bath salt? I don't know what it is. But anyway, point being, we're going to be checking that out. And I'm really going to be excited to see how they get into that in the studio. But yeah, this is just insane. I'm checking out tour dates. Okay, so we get that sitar in the background. Oh, throat chanting, come on. Oh. Dude, so how they've been layering it sounds so good. You get the vocals in there, but it has that same sort of like effect that we've heard in other songs from them, where they just kind of cut it out at certain sections. So it's like, you know, just, oh, it's so good. And I love how it's something I said in a lot of their previous albums. They pull back one little bit of instrumentation and then they add another layer. And then they pull another layer out and they put in this layer, and it blends together so well. And it's like they just take the pieces out. It's like a sandwich. As you're currently eating the sandwich, they're like, okay, we're taking out the cheese and we're putting in bologna. Okay, we're taking out the bologna and we're putting in ham. Okay, well, now we're adding in pickles. Okay, now we're taking out the pickles and we're putting in friggin' tomato. Okay, well, now we're taking out the bologna and we're throwing in, or we're taking out the ham and we're throwing in chicken. Like, it's so good. And then they take out the bread altogether and you're like, what? And then they give you a whole little slab of bread. I'm coming up with analogies as I go. I'm also sad that they haven't toured in North America since 2022. Come on, Igor, don't do this to me. Dude. Dude, so, and I know that effect was like, like it just something stretched out in the studio and then they added some warble to it to kind of make it ebb and flow. But there's 2 times we heard that sound, the grrr. To me it sounded like they freaking held a mic over to just an ambient piece of electronic, like, machinery. Like, don't tell me that doesn't sound like every single, like, if you go somewhere that has a lonely, what is it? Like, what is it called? Oh my gosh. Where there's those machines that you can purchase, like, snacks and drinks out of. What is it? Vending machine. Don't tell me that doesn't sound like a lonely vending machine just whirring, in a lonely space, and it just sounds like, it just sounds crazy, dude. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, man. Tendon, ew. Don't get anywhere near tendons, that's bad news. Okay, so we're stringed instruments. Come on, man. Oh, maybe that's what they did at the beginning. They just did string plucks, and the string plucks was what was reversed. That could be. Maybe add a little bit of reverb on that. What the fudge, man? It's also cool too because here the strings sound clear. And then on top of that, the drums is like going through sludge. It's like, and then you like hear it clearly for a second, and then it goes, but it's not like they're doing that to the whole track. They're keeping the strings going, and it sounds all clear, and it's cutting through a lot because the drums are being all bassy and everything. Dude, I also I gotta say, whoever does the art for these albums is insanely good. But this is so disgusting. This is like one of the grossest things I've ever seen. Poor dog. I feel like the dog is in more of a predicament in its life than Hassan's dog. Yes, that's one little bit of, me piping in on current events that you're going to get on this channel. Anyway. What the fudge, man? What are you doing? Almost sounds like funky that you got it. My gosh. So I can imagine how they actually play this in the studio. I've done breakcore stuff before, back when I played the drums. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It's really not. Especially if you know how to do ghost notes on the snare. And then you're just going back and forth. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. If you know how to do a single stroke roll, you can figure it out. You know, and add a little bit of bounce on the snare or something like that. On the hi-hat, like, you know, doing some doubles. It's not that hard. Really not. It just sounds like a lot because it's a lot of notes. And you're doing back and forth, right? But the thing that gets me too, and I keep thinking of this series called 4 Producers, 1 Sample that Andrew Wong had made, where this one guy, I think his name was Clockwork or something like that, Clocks, something like that, he basically took the sample and then did a whole bunch of like chopped up like bits. I don't even know what you'd call it, but it made everything so chopped up. So I can't even imagine, once you do the production for a song like this, having to go back into the studio and then being like, here's how we're going to chop this up. So then it makes me wonder what it's like when they perform live. For those of you who've seen them live, tell me in the comments. It also lets me know how many of you have actually been watching this video. I know how the audience retention goes.
Vomi.
Ooh. Dude. Dude, stop it. So, having the normal singing, and then it goes way high up, and then we have screaming going off from that, after the instrumental cuts out and then goes to something more pleasant. Like, just the way they split off all of a sudden to do 2 different bits of layering to build off of what we heard before is insane! How? I can only imagine the months it must take for them to be in the studio like, okay, how are we just going to turn this into soup? If only they could take the, all the recordings of the instrumentals and just hit the blend button. And just be like, okay, there we go. We got it. Hold on. Yeah, so then out from the synth, where the screaming is going, that's where the singing comes from. That was blended so well. My gosh. The guitar is crazy. What the fudge? I cannot with these guys. Yes. One of the best things about reactions, of course, and checking out music for the first time is the spectacle. Not knowing what is happening. And then for especially a band like this, boom, it just hits you with something new every second. You never know what to expect. It's so far from the norm of a lot of metal bands where you can just kind of tell after a verse or 2 what to expect. They might have a change up here or there, but other than that, it's just kind of paint by numbers in a lot of ways, right? You get the formula and then you just repeat that for the verses. But man, it's just, not only is it, this crazy spectacle because it's something new every single time or whatever, but the fact that they are, doing this, I would imagine, live and doing all this stuff with every single project, it's so incredible. It speaks more and more to me. It just adds more layers. We talk about layers. It adds more layers to me about how incredibly talented this whole group is. I know it's just one dude's brainchild here, which the guy must be walking around. It's like that meme where the guy's head is so big he's able to use it as a throne. It actually, he can sit upon his brain. That's how big it is. That's how I feel this guy must be every single day. It's just incredible to me. It's like where I thought Dream Theater was when I first heard like progressive metal. You know what I mean? It's crazy, crazy stuff. These guys are, oh, it's almost too much. I'm almost overstimulated listening to their music, but I mean, that's just how everyone else feels with metal music in general, so. I'm just waiting for it to change up. It's almost these moments that make me appreciate normal metal. Because then you'll get the da 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 da, like for another few bars. So we don't have to worry about anything suddenly changing up, right? And then you get screamo vocals on top of that, and that's your extreme metal genres. I love that. It makes me feel like I can appreciate the simpler all the more, you know? Ooh, and then you get synth on top of that? How? Ooh, that actually made me spooked out for a second. I thought that was a singing. I thought that was a singer coming in with but no, I liked how, again, we talk layers. So, yes, we had this crazy blast beat and the guitar going on top of that, but then very slowly, I couldn't even figure out exactly when it came in. It just slowly permeated into my brain. The fact that the synth came in on top of that, just kind of adding a little bit to it, you know, kind of nurturing us back into a different part of the song. It was so incredibly done. Also, that little, where I thought that a singer was coming in, made me think of the very first time I heard Infant Annihilator, and I was actually disturbed. But in like a cool way, because it was like a cool little effect they did. I don't remember what album it was, and this is someone who was adopted, you know, born 3 months premature, so I am totally a fan of, you know, people having kids and all that stuff. I'm not standing for anything that the band might stand for. I don't know much about them besides their really graphic name, Infant Annihilator, okay? But it started off with this baby crying, and then it slowly distorted, and then it transferred to the singer being like, and then just like, then it went into the metal, and I was just sitting there like, oh my god, it was incredible. If you know what band that is, or what album that is, tell me in the comments, for those of you who are sticking around this far. I'm sure some of you are like, god damn it, just keep going. I feel like this guy's gonna chase me now. I feel like this is setting up a horror movie jump scare. What the heck? My dude just stepped on a tack in the recording studio and he's just jumping around cussing and just what the fuck? Dude, what the shit? I'm so... What the hell, man? Just chill. Just give it a rest. Give it a moment. You only need 90 seconds for anger to naturally leave your body. Just don't feed it for about 90 seconds and you'll be okay. What the fuck? What are you doing? What the fuck? I need a minute. I need a moment, okay? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That, I have goosebumps. That was freaking insane. What was that? I've never heard of, someone told me there's a genre out there that's essentially country metal, where you just have this twang and then it's just crazy metal stuff. I didn't know that they also included that in their genre. What in the hell? I think what amazes me is, how do you guys even think of this stuff? Like, do you have a structure for the song all the way through? Or are you just like, yeah, we're going to go here, and then what else can we throw in? I think I'm just going to try this. We'll just seamlessly transition from this to this. Like, I can't... I actually don't want to listen to the end of that again. Normally I would go back and listen to it. I think I need my brain to just relax from that for a second. Holy smokes. That was crazy. What's the next one we got here? Excessive Funeral. Okay, fun. Okay, now, yes, you know, I hear the palm beating. It just, I feel like I'm returning to something stable. And I say this as a fan of extreme heavy metal, okay? In case you guys didn't know, I put out a blackened sludge metal album just the other day. You should check it out. Anyway, for those of you that are even watching anymore. There we go again with the like very raspy like shout. Ooh. Okay. So going from to like gosh, I can't handle this, man. I hope that the drummer will never have to work again a day in his life. If he is not paid out the nose, out the nostril by being in these groups, in this group, Opie's in other groups too, then he has done a disservice. He is being done a disservice. I love that in metal where the drums are following either, in this case, the what is it? Oh my gosh, the pipe organ, or in plenty of other genres, the guitar, right? You know, or whatever. But the fact that it's the pipe organ, you could hear the bass drum on there. That sounds so nice. I love that. Why did that feel significantly shorter than Tendon? And I know, for those of you that'll be like, 'cause you were talking over the whole thing. Shut up. Please. Just chill, my dude. Very, very nice. If it suddenly bursts into someone screaming with a blast beat, I'm gonna spit all over my computer. I was gonna say, please end gently. Don't hurt me. Ooh. Nice little kind of funky beat here. Okay, I was gonna say, was my internet buffering right there? Because it stopped for like half a second before it went back to the beat and it sounded like it just repeated itself. Oh my gosh, dude, like for real? I don't even know. I don't know how to handle this. Very long chicken. Okay. Was this something we saw on tour somewhere, or like what? How did we get to this point? Oh, that was a nice little transition, because the rest of the beat, aside from the drums, was cutting out at certain points. That was what the repeat was. But then the drums kind of went into a different beat, and then everything followed the drums and stayed consistent instead of falling back and stopping itself. Dude, that's some expert level understanding of how to put sounds together. I love this. I love this band. Pigs. Wow, really interesting bass tone. Scratching? Like what? Because you can hear how the bass is burn it, 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 burn it. But then it's just they're mixing it in such a way that it's like it's washed out, it's coming back in, it's doing whatever they want it to do, and not even worrying about consistency of the freaking god dang it. Ooh. Nice. It sounded like a voice came in, like, okay, wow. They're stretching that voice. So if I didn't know that they were like stretching out the whole tone and everything, it would sound like they were literally like palm muting the guitar and really like scraping the strings, like jeez. Oh, okay. Melting nails. That sounds horrible. Ooh. Oh, I love this. I'm just, dude. This would be that point if a drummer started doing this at a concert, that I'm just putting my hands up like, yeah, like just, you know, just double bass, just, you know, get your hands going. Just, oh my gosh, dude. I'm just so, I'm enamored. I'm in love. I really am, you know? It just surprises me every time. It keeps things consistently amazing. It never leaves me wanting. That sounds so bad. I'm sorry. It really and truly is such an incredible just display of variety that they have. Can't get enough of it. Okay. They had a little bit of reverb on that snare a few beats ago. Ooh. Okay, so then they switch the beat again. Oh, come on. Huh. Wow. Pavor Nocturnus. So Nocturnus means, well, nocturne is like the night, that kind of thing. Nocturnus, I'm not sure. Pavor Nocturnus. Tell me below what that translation is, please. And, okay, sorry, I forget to mention this, but someone was extremely rude about me being on my phone a couple videos ago. Obviously, you know, with something like this, there's not anything visual that I have to look at. But on the flip side, I have a life, and especially now where I am at right now, I have a few family-related things that I have to be present to as well. So if I don't catch every single thing, please understand it's of no disrespect for anything at all. It's just I have to kind of have my mind at two places at once. Okay? I hope that wouldn't take away from this review. It's just I'm currently texting some people right now just trying to figure some stuff out. So, anyway. And I like that. So this sounds like the lady that we've had on a few albums before, but like, you know, you get... I am not a classically trained singer at all. I just kind of trained myself, and depending on what you think of my music, I'm either a good singer or not. But the point is, having the... You know, you get used to that kind of voice in a lot of classical music, at least on my end. But I've never heard someone be like it sound like they're doing it on purpose to like hit the timing of that beat. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Nice harmony. Nice harmony. That was cool. Nice harmony work. I like that. And the aggression looks so good. Nice yell. Nice yell. That didn't sound like that was stretched out in the studio at all. You could hear the tone of it kind of fade a little bit as he continued on. It was really cool. I think, honestly, I think this one's shaping up to be one of their better albums. All of them are incredible, but still. What do we got here? Carlos. Wow. Carlos. My bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. Oh, okay. Cruciform dachshund. Okay. Nice. I mean, aside from the glitchy effects, this is very straightforward gent stuff. I love that. Ooh. Nice. I love that. Ooh. Oh, I love that. Dude, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Cruciform Dachshund, I think, is going to be one of my favorites. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Incredible, incredible stuff. Half a pony. Ooh. Nice. Dude. Almost jazzy. That's cool. Okay. I like that switch up. Again, keeping the piano bright and unaffected throughout, while the drums and the guitar are doing their own thing really aggressively, but then shifting into just being crazy and boisterous. That really spooked me. Unpleasant sonata. That's not good. Okay. Nice. Ooh, wow, little piano refrain there. Wow. Nice. Wow. Jeez Louise. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Yeah. Bye. Interesting. Wow. I was gonna say, interesting effect with the snare. Oh, was that the end of that song? Oh, Dentist. Ew. Frisura Conica. I don't know what that is. Oh. Nice little, very casual singing brought in. I like that. Nice. Okay, slowing down the pitch of the, or lowering the pitch of the drums. There's something nice too that I love about drums where you can have the beat like you can change up your own pace and even play on a completely different timing with the snare, but then eventually it does come back around and you're back on timing. Like, that's one of the beautiful things about a lot of different genres of music, but just the drums in general. You could play something slow and then just like, you could cut in and out however you want once you're aware enough of how to mix with timing and flow and rhythm. So it's all good stuff. Nice. Nice little edit there. Okay. Veins. We had tendons and then we have veins now. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Ooh, nice switch up. So, call me crazy, but it sounds like what the strings is doing, or the, what is it, harpsichord? It kind of sounds like it's a small piano used a lot in Renaissance era stuff, but the it sounds like the snare is hitting on the, you know, normally you would expect it to be like, but it's like, and I've been following the drums, and it sounds like the strings is a little bit like behind where I would expect it to be hitting. It's still the same timing, but it's like they started at two different moments. That's what it sounds like. So, I don't know. Oh, maybe I'm expecting too many notes. It's just going... so it's fitting the timing fine. It's like matching what the drums is doing. It just sounds like, in my head, I'm used to like... or whatever. I don't know. It sounded like it was just playing with different timings there while they're both on beat. So switching the flow. Ooh. Oh. I think the bass is what has that like kind of drony sound in the background. So interesting. Because again, the piano is staying on top of all that, and then the bass sounds so sludgy and down below. It's like... Moldy Eye. Woo. Sounds like sea shanty metal we're about to get into. Yo, ho, ho. Ooh, okay, where are we going? I feel like this guy definitely has a moldy eye or two. Ooh! And then all the little things they do where the drums go from very nice snare rolls to kind of complement the do 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 do, and then it goes into the very aggressively pitched like it's that kind of thing. It's the fact that they're able to keep the beat essentially the same, but then they decide to add distortion here, then take away distortion here, and then make this clean, and then make this dirty. And it's staying on timing. It's not like they're pulling out anything or changing up the timing. It's just they're adding effects to it to just, just switch it up a little bit, which is so cool. And then you get the laughter, okay. And I wonder. So then you're throwing in the crowd laughing, but then I wonder what sort of glitchy effect they pulled from in order to throw that in there. I'm not sure what it doesn't look like it's maybe a voice that they just distorted with glitch. It sounded like it was just a glitchy effect. I don't know. Ooh. Oh, he's sitting down. He was sitting down behind the drum set. That's the sound of a drum stool, and then he's picking up the sticks. That's funny. Nice guitar tone. Ooh, switch up? Dude, I feel like I'm listening to a whole different band. Dude, this is a gore grind band at this point. Come on. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Dude, come on, man. What a way to close this out. Dude, just repeat that again and again. Let's go. Nice. Dude, absolutely incredible project. Incredible project. I think Cruciform Dachshund is easily one of my favorites. Half a Pony was really good. Most Replayed. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the name. But, yeah, Veins was pretty good too. I liked that. Very Long Chicken was okay. Excessive Funeral. And by okay, I don't mean bad. I just mean in terms of my personal enjoyment. Tendon was something. Absolutely something. And I think Excessive Funeral was the one that had the hoedown. Oop. Let's see. Yeah, Tendon was something else, man. I don't know. I don't know what I thought about Tendon. That was a bit too much for my annoying little palate. Anyway, though, this was incredible. I am so glad that I finally got to check this out. I know it was a while ago that someone asked me to check out Nostril. I'm so glad I did. But I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please go support the band that made this. And that's all I got to say about that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This was so cool. I love this stuff. And that's all I got to say about that. Till next time.